Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Hey, besties. Happy Saturday. Might be my first Saturday. I want to talk about this content creator beef. These black YouTubers beef. A few people have been asking me my thoughts about the funky Dineva, Michelle Atlien Brown, and Tasha K. Diabolical, the beef, right? And I was like, I had to think about it. It was a lot to unpack. Kind of, sometimes, you feel like you don't want to care. I'm a new content creator. I was told to just stick to my reviews on my TV shows, keep that niche going until I grow. But you know what? This happened on Monday and today is Saturday, and I'm ready. I got time today. I got free time, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take it to my YouTube channel and I'm going to share with the besties. I would love for you to weigh in on your opinion, but let's be clear. Let's be respectful in the comment section. If you don't like what I say, you can go on about your day. Don't attack me. Just attack what they got going on and how you feel about it, not how you feel about how I feel about it. Okay, we can agree and we can agree to disagree. Okay, I stay on the fence. I'm no stand to anyone. Okay, because at any time anybody can get it. Okay. Anyway, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly, but we're going to talk about an episode of Funky Dineva and them in these YouTube streets because this is the second beef. Now, last Saturday, Friday, last Thursday night, it was some beef between AT2 and Sherelle's World. Oh, he was talking about her mother, and her mother is sick fighting this big C. And she was very emotional. She does her panel with her husband, Perry. He had to get involved. It was some guy named what? Donate, something. Sorry, I don't know your name. I'm not familiar with you. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but DONAT. And they speculate that AT2 is a closet gay man who likes donut, whatever. Sorry, I'm gonna call him D. I already spelled his name, DONAT. If you want to look him up and blah blah blah. So AT2 said that it's been said that he always says, stuff about people's mother. I guess kind of like Dr. Heavenly. I don't know. It seemed like it came from nowhere. Sherelle then woke up to this mess and they had to address it. She was on her channel cussing and fussing and raising all kind of sand. Perry's there trying to defend her and woo woo woo. They like the donut guy. They like him. And a lot of people don't like him. They said, telling Sherelle and Perry to watch out for him because he's conniving and this, that, and the other. So I was listening to AT2 because I had a free time that day. And I'm doing stuff and I need something in the background. So I'm listening to him and I had to stop and I asked him, well, why are they saying, like, what happened for them to say that you're talking about her mother? What did you say? No, that's what I asked. I say, you keep talking about what you didn't say. What did you say? Because you started this mess and they're reacting to it. So let's get to the bottom. Stop starting your story in the middle. Start from the beginning. What did you say? He told me he didn't say anything. It's on there. Go to last Friday, I think part 1. maybe part two, but I asked. You'll see me asking. And he responded to me too. So he was lying. Because what do you mean you're lying? So anyway, I was asked about how do I feel about Funky, because I guess I'm asked because I've been following Funky Dineva since day one. And I'm going to take my time with this. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I'm going to take my time with this because I'm invested, whatever that means to you, but I'm invested. I'm a day one. I don't remember Funky from when he had funkydineva.com, where he was competing with like Media Takeout and all those other, bloggers back in the day before we had social media. He was around back then. He keeps saying 14 years, and that may be true. He knows his business better than me, but how long has it been for, like, he sound like he's been saying 14 years for like the last 3 years, but that's his business. So anyway, I've been, following him since the wig, the lipstick. He used to get on there and said, my wig, something, something, something. He used to do reviews for Real Atlanta Housewives. So I'll go back. Now, I have struggled with I'm not a part of the Funky Bunch, but maybe I am. I guess I am. I don't know. Yeah, I've pulled back. I'm not as compassionate about him. I'm learning more about him. And, you're free to be who you are. We have that right. So I did get mad at him when what's her name? T.S. Madison said something about us women, trying to call us cis women. Funky Dineva had his say. And I was just like, what? And then, Jess Hilarious spoke up for us. Tasha K spoke up. Oh, I was mad. I remember I was in the car listening to all this mess on a little road trip, and I was livid. So I stopped following him. So then he got on Fox Soul, and then I started back following him. Then the whole thing about Chloe Bailey and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And oh, child. So I had to unfollow him again. Then before that, I'm in there talking smack to him because once I feel like I got something to say, I'm going to say it, right? Honey, when I tell you his Funky Bunch came for me, baby. Quentin Latham, what's his name? Quentin Antoine Latham, excuse me. His crew, the Funky Bunches, they ride for him. Now, it is said, let me start from the beginning with my notes. So Funky Dineva is a troubled soul. Funky, you are a troubled soul. You have to know this. You are smart. You are funny. You are witty. You make sense most of the time. You're entertaining nonetheless, but you are a troubled soul. Yes, you are. And here lately, you have been spiraling. You have been spiraling. The kids say, you're crashing out. You have crashed out. We'll get into all that. Okay. My question to Funky is, are you okay? Like, beside the money, you can hide your issues behind lots of money. He tells us he's rich. He's making a little over 40,000 a month on YouTube. Do you hear me? So that affords him to have a big ego, have plenty of pride, buy he's hiding his problems with buying stuff. He loves to take you down to the bar and drink his problems away. They don't go away, but temporarily. He eats edibles on TV, drinks alcohol. He said he was going to stop with the heavy liquor because he can't handle it. The next morning, his stomach is messed up. He ain't but $1.05. He was supposed to only do wine. What happened to that? He back on tequila, vodka, and all that. Okay. Michelle A.T. Alien, child, Michelle A.T. Alien Brown calls him Junkie Dineva. She is another content creator. She has been in the game for 18 years. She's based in Atlanta. I don't know how her and Funky met, but she met him in his dark time of his life when he was a user and down to the ground. Blah, 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 right? We don't know what made her decide she was going to help him in this. Maybe she discovered him and reached out to him. Maybe. If he says he's been doing this for 14 years, I read she's been doing it for 18. So maybe she had 4 years in the game. She was like, let me help you. I don't know what made her decide. Maybe they met mutually. Maybe that could have been what happened because Funky is from Florida. He's from Miami, Carroll City. This is his second time living in Atlanta, I believe. So I guess they hooked up because when he was I don't know, because she is the one who has curated him into this social media thing. He brought his own talent. We're not gonna say she's done everything. We're not gonna say like he says he owns her, because he live in her mind rent free. And I will get to that. But, she doesn't own him, but she's responsible for his success. Okay, so Funky Dineva she refers to him as Junkie Dineva. I've even heard people call him Flunky Dineva. Wow. So he has mentioned in the last couple of months that he is depressed. He's talked about how he stays in the bed all day, how he had to pull himself out. And one thing about Funky, he does not want to work. Leaving Fox Soul was good for him. Actually, it was okay because he got to do it from his home, right? 1 hour. That's about all Funky can handle, okay? I don't know. He kind of contemplates and he was kind of teasing us that he was going to maybe get into TV. I cannot see that happening for him. There's no need for that. There is plenty of money in YouTube and other, streaming services, podcasts. The man says he's rich. He makes over $500,000 a year. That's about what he makes. So why do you need to do anything else? Because I think TV would just make him mad. He does not want a job. He does not want to go back into corporate. You would have to abide by someone's rules, Quentin, and I don't think you're cut out for that. So he has been very clear and open about being depressed, right? Um, you know, and we all want to question what happened now. So he was making references to, maybe moving to Atlanta was a bad mistake. He moved to Atlanta, a couple months ago, because he wanted to pursue his career and do more, and everything that he's attached to is in Atlanta. And the boyfriend, he moved to Atlanta to be closer to his boyfriend. He doesn't come out and say the boyfriend lives in Atlanta. I think he does not live in Atlanta. I think he made that clear one night, but he's closer. So maybe he's somewhere in Georgia. Maybe he's in Alpharetta. That's like an hour or so away. Surrounding areas, we don't know. Whatever. But he moved there to be closer to him. Now, why are you depressed? You have this beautiful home. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. A lot of people think that him and the boyfriend have broken up. I even think so. Because he doesn't mention relationships, being in love. When he was in love, he used to mention it often. And he would mention him. Now you can stop mentioning your man because like you're a year in, it's not fresh and new anymore. Now you're doing the real relationship thing, and you want to keep that off of social media. But we would still know you were in a relationship, right? So it was not too long ago, maybe a week ago, Folky was on live, the dogs are barking, and he thought he heard someone coming in. And so he did one of those. Is that you? Oh, okay. And something about that, I just said, he's lying. That's fake. He just talking. He's saving face. Because if you had, now I'm not a depressed person. I don't know how it works, but I have an idea. I just think if everything is going right in your life, why would you slip into depression? And you can answer that. People who are in the field that can actually answer and not judge me. Because I already said I don't suffer from it, so I don't know how it works. Because I'm thinking if everything is good, you got your two dogs, you're in a new home, you got all your girlfriends around, you hang out with Quad and Heavily and go to lunch, and you can call Tasha from Pretty Plates, and your other friends come over, and James Knox and all. You got your base, you got your crew, and a man. When you're happy in a relationship, where does depression have room to seep in? Real question. Now, we know Mr. Latham loves to do his edibles on the show. He one time didn't it? Okay, if I remember correctly, there was one time he was high. This wasn't that long ago. And he was asking, should he get off the line or should he stay on the line? Everybody, let me let's dissect that everybody. His fan base are mostly from how I got attacked that one time, and I'll never do that again. I would say it's safe to say his base core group of fans are millennials and Zen Z. I'm X, they're Z. They're younger. He's 41. You know, they're younger than him or about his age, right? So they don't mind him doing the edibles, but they wanted him to stay on. And he made a complete fool out of himself that night. And yeah, from that experience, I think he deleted the video because he needed to. He was tore up. And I did say tore. He was toe up. And so I think he deleted the video. He needed to. And I believe I don't know if it was that video that night or another one where he fell asleep on camera. So yeah, something is going on. He drinks also, and I'm not judging. I'm not judging, but what I am judging is you used to be a user back in the day, and just for you to be on your platform, just admitting to being you having your mind altered is just like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't do that. And you drinking and you so little, and every other day you always sick on the toilet, your stomach hurt, you know, it's just a lot. Grow up, Quentin. You need to grow up a little bit. And it gives booger sugar vibes. Because why are you reacting? Like when he got off of Fox Soul and he went to his house, you know, when he was living in Miami, he was giving me booger sugar vibes. I'm not playing. Um, the whole, like, it just seems so weird. And he addressed it that you could not sit down for 1 hour on your platform in your house and talk your talk for an hour. Why are you keep getting up? You gotta blow your nose, you gotta turn the air up, turn it down, go get a sweater, blow your nose. It was giving booger sugar vibes. Okay. Okay, so just being that you're an ex user, that is just, it's giving, you still got that, you still have that. You're not cured. You still, it seems like you can still, in your lifestyle, you know, all you do is talk your talk for an hour, sleep all day, party all night. It gives, you do have a user's lifestyle. You really do. Okay. I read Funky has been he has been viewed as a seasoned Jason Lee. I'm not familiar. I know who he is. He's actually from the Bay. He's from Stockton, like an hour away from Oakland. I do know Hollywood Unlocked is his blog, his platform, and not too sure about his personality. He seems like he's okay, but I don't know. But he's openly gay. I think he's a councilman in Stockton too, but he's been referred to as a seasoned Jason. So that means an older Jason Lee. He's been compared to Tamar Braxton. I'm like, yeah, uh-huh. So we all know Funky Dineva's worst criticized, what people notice about him is that he does not like black women. Okay. He does not like black women. Okay. Now, mind you, on Monday, he just went after two black women and he threatened them and Tasha K's husband. He threatened Tasha K. Now, what I learned in Georgia, doing that is like any T threat can be charged. You can be charged with that. That is illegal to T threaten someone. Do you know what I mean by T? You know, can I spell it? You know, Terr, you know. I ain't gonna keep going because I don't know what YouTube, they be sensitive, but those kind of threats, you know, like the airport threats. You remember like 9/11 threats, you know, the how many people take over the aircraft, that kind of threat. You know, the word I'm looking for starts with a T. And the anyway, you know what I mean. So he doesn't like black women. Now let's okay. I get that, but then how does he have black women friends, right? Because he has friends, he has a core group, you know, he does. So, what made sense? I was listening to another YouTuber, and what made sense because I had the same thought. It's clear that Funky Dineva has mommy issues. It's clear he has daddy issues. It's very clear he has grandma issues. That's why he don't like religion, because you can tell he was raised where things were forced down his throat and being gay wasn't cute back in the 80s. So, you know, everybody was trying to pray that out of him and put God into him, and that's why he don't like the church. And what I have agreed with the other content creator is he doesn't like women of a particular age. He's okay with the millennials and the Gen Zs. Funky Dineva has a problem with black women who are Gen X's. Okay, they are trigger. Can't say that. They stimulate him, and you know, back to his mother issues, his father issues, grandmother issues. Okay. And it's a wonder that you threaten these women and your channel is still up. It kind of proves to us black women that they don't even care about us. You know, if he was threatening some white women, you know, Funky Dineva's channel would be taken down. Drinking coffee, you guys, this morning. So, oh, I had to look up this term. Somebody said he gives them band power head vibes. What does that mean? Besties, do you know what a band? Let me look this up real quick. Hold, please. Hold on. Band power head? Nothing comes up that I know. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. Anyway, who cares? So what the channel? Why is it still up? You threaten people, and if Tasha is doing what I think she should be doing because of the situation that she's in, besties, you know, she got that. How much is she paying Cardi B? I think I heard she's paying Cardi B $7,000 a month. She owes her $1 million. Girl, you need to sue Funky. I'm serious. Like, you need help. You need to hurry up and pay Cardi. Sue him to pay Cardi. You know what I'm saying? And see, this is why I can't be a fan to anybody. Because what kind of fan would say sue Funky? That's terrible. But I'm not. I'm not a stand of anybody. For this reason, I gotta stay to where I can say what I feel like saying. When you show me something that I don't like or I do like, I have to be able to be flexible. Okay. So she should definitely do that. And that will help her get through her thing. We'll get to her in a minute. So Funky seems to have a pattern where he throws his friends under the bus. You know, he's done it to Carlos. He's done it to Heavenly. and now he's done it to his friend Oliver Twist. Now Oliver. There was once a time he threw Michelle under the bus. There was a time they were friends. She helped him build his platform, got him monetized. She let him stay in her place. He damaged it, had dog feces all over the place, and just where she couldn't even, dug down deep into her hardwood floor. I remember in the video, she kept saying, Pine Sol and bleach can't get rid of this. Allegedly he stole her washer and dryer. We don't know how because he didn't have a car. She used to come over to him every day and help him with his platform or whatever. So I don't know how he got rid of a whole washer and a dryer with no car or a truck or whatever. It's giving that when the folks came to put him out, maybe they took it. Maybe the movers we don't know, Michelle, but you're going to have to explain to us how you think Funky stole your washer and dryer. She also said that a year later after he threw her out. Now, wait, I heard that she put him out. It was a week after his mother's funeral that she put him out of her house. So that probably, made Funky mad. And we don't know, was he paying rent, stop paying you, or did you just want to put him out because he was just still on that booger sugar hard and he was just doing booger sugar things and he was like, oh, you gotta go. Because in Georgia, you can put people out pretty fast. Nothing like here in California. If they were here, trust and believe me, you talking about that was 10 years ago, Funky would still be able and have rights to still be living in her house if they was in California. That's how messed up property management and they do landlords. That is so messed up. But in Georgia, you can get put out very fast. Trust me, I know. Not that I've been put out. I've had property in Georgia. So, then there's this. She mentions Funky all the time, and she does. I used to follow her because I was looking for my hot topics. You know what I'm saying? Like Wendy Williams was going through what she's going through, and I needed somebody to give me the hot topic. So I used to fool with Michelle, but she does mention him a lot, child. So when he left Fox Soul and Claudia and Al and all that, and even Armand, child, she ran with that narrative so much. And I got tired of hearing her talk about him and calling him Junkie Dineva. It was just too much. She mentions him every day. Just like if you follow Funky, he mentions that he's 41 every day. Doesn't he? Every day. Because I'm 41. Is that old? I guess to his core group, that is. Honey, because every day he got to tell us he's 41. And it seems like he has been 41 for about 6 years. And I just, sometimes, I miss when he used to tell Al and Claudia how young and supple he was. What is stubble? What's the word? Supple. Anyway, I miss hearing that. But now I got to hear, because I'm 41. I'm 41. And then I have to hear about this degree. He always, because down at the Florida State University, they taught me everything about economics. Okay, but okay. So, child, honey, Michelle put all Funky business out there. I guess she came on Tuesday, right? So we find out, she tells us, honey, Funky lied about buying that house he lives in. Tasha K called her. They was chopping it up. Tasha K was like, how did I get involved? And it was just like, if you guys have to watch the Monday show, towards the end, very much like the last maybe 20 minutes, he went in and he went dumb on Michelle and Tasha, child. He gave his story and talked his talk, and it just, what happened was he reads the chats when he's talking. And they were talking about Quad and King in that car. Something happened. King is giving like he may be a scammer. That's kind of popular in Atlanta, so they say. And they're like, oh, he's a scammer. Something about the car. They think it allegedly that the car he gave Quad was a stolen Rolls Royce, a stolen Bentley. He was defending his friend. Something that normally he don't do, but do he? Because he's good for throwing him under the bus. But that night, he was defending Quad. No, that he did not give her a stolen car. No, 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 no. Because I think the car got into an accident and it's supposed to be marked as salvaged, right? And they, bloggers, they trying to put it on Quad and saying that King gave her a salvaged car. It's out there in the YouTube streets. Some girl, a content creator, I can't think of her name. I try not to say anybody's name. I'm learning from the ones I watch. Don't be repeating people's names, whatever. Anyway, so blah, blah, blah. That's how I got started. So he was defending. Then they got into her looks. Child, then he had to defend how cute she is, but he didn't say she was hecka cute. She was just a little bit at the top of average cute. And then child read a comment that said, on somebody else's page that said, Quad and cute, they started to look like twins. I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And all I thought about was their lips. Quad has pink lips, but she doesn't have on gloss or lipstick. She got pink lips. And Quentin does too, but it don't seem like I don't know. Seem like he's doing something. He's looking better. He is looking the best that he has looked. He is. Skin is glowing. He's a brand ambassador for Butter. So he's looking good. I think he's toning down with the liquor. The beard is helping because that takes up half of your face. Nice lips. Men, whatever. Nice nose. His eyes are okay. He just don't have no eyebrows. And then that hairline is horrible. But when he wears a hat, his hat is his weave, right? The man hat is a wig for men, and that makes him look good, child. So they said he does not own that house. Tasha K was like, oh, that looked like Sandy Springs. I said, no, y'all not. You about to give out his address next? So Michelle Brown, Atlien, she's in real estate. She owns properties. So she had the listing. There was a video of the realtor that got him the house. They walking around, child. She said he put first and last down. He's paying $4,700 a month. The house is nice. That downstairs, child, that's where the laundry room is. And it was so funny. Michelle showed the video. Go to her Tuesday live. You'll see it there, her video. It was so funny because there's a bedroom down there. It's spacious, right? So they walked past the laundry room. He looked in there and he just walked. He kept going like he got something against washer and dryers. It was so funny. And you know who else thought it was funny? Michelle. And so sometimes it just makes me wonder, why are you, when he's on his live and the dogs are barking, I don't mind. I'm a dog mom, so I don't mind hearing Riot and Rio. But that house is so big. Like, you can go put those dogs up for a minute in that laundry room. Like, there's plenty of room in that house. So he's pretty much showed us his house, but this gave it a better view of the downstairs because he keeps telling us that he's gonna do some renovating down there and he's gonna do a content creator space down there so he can have a selected few more elitists come and he'll do some things with his platform there, which is a good idea. That's fine. Do it. Because I think he got that idea from Mariah. What's Mariah from Married to Medicine? Okay. So Michelle's thing is, and Quentin says this all the time, you can't tell people when to get over stuff. So Michelle talks about him a lot, but she says he did not apologize to her. And this is why she's bringing him up every day for the last 10 years. Okay. So, Funky, did you apologize? So that was a question I had. I was reading some comments. Two people said he did apologize like a year later. And then someone else said he did apologize, but she did not accept his apology. Okay. So Michelle had to garnish Funky's wages when he was working for Sister Circle. The pay, she garnished his wages. I believe she got all that she wanted. She had to go to court. He didn't even show up to court. Well, of course not, Michelle. He's a user. He don't care about paperwork, and he probably would even open it up and reading it. So, like I said, I don't think like he got fired from the Sister Circle because he was late. And so I really don't think Funky's platform, I don't think he would do well in television. I just don't think. He remember if you were watching Fox Soul, remember him, Al and Claudia, they did like two different episodes. They would go to Houston and they did like a studio platform with the show. It didn't look good. Quentin didn't look comfortable. No, it didn't go over well. I've seen Quentin do Dish Nation where he would fill in for some of the people there. He did better with more people. He was more comfortable on Dish Nation, but I don't think that's everyone's goal, because I heard Michelle does not want to do television. She don't want to be on a reality show. I think you're comfortable where you are. Why would you not want to just come on your own platform, talk your talk to the people who like you? They sending you super chats and putting money in your Cash App, and you can talk your talk, and then you develop your own brands. Let's get into that. But I think he's done his research. I think Funky is good where he's at. He's excelling. He's rich. 1 hour a day for 4 days out of a week. He got 3 days off, and he could just talk for one whole hour and go about his business. It affords him a good life. So, in addition to his platform, he's added Down to the Bar, where he goes to different cities and turn up at a black owned restaurant or a lounge, bring your people out, get the DJ, party, and go about his business. Listen to the 80s R&B, the 90s R&B with his millennials and his Gen Zs, and he going about his business, and he's hitting different cities. He's done Huntsville, he's done Houston, he's done Miami, Tampa, he just did Charlotte. He do DC? I don't remember. But yeah, he's done Huntsville. I said that right. Where else? Uh he's been around the world. He's done some things. Okay. So now he has a candle line out. 305, which is his area code in Florida, and 1111, which is ain't that the number where you make a wish when you see it or whatever? And he has, what does he have to go with it? The candles in is it body sprays or room? I would say a room spray. That would complement a candle. Because he cannot stand body sprays. He talks about the body spray girls. And we'll get into that too. He has guests on his shows, so he'll have some of the Funky Bunch, whatever they have going on. They pay him, they come on his platform, and he helps them run up the register. So this is not someone who hates Black women, okay? He just has deep-rooted issues about his mom, his grandmother, right? Which represent older women. So he may have a problem with the older women, but in actuality, I think he just has a problem with those two women, and it comes across like he hates everybody, every woman. But I think he just has those two women that he don't like, that gave him, HELL growing up. It never was any resolve, and they passed away, and he never got to say what he wanted to say. So I think he's talking to them, to us. So he's a brand ambassador. He does. I see him on my Facebook page. He's brand ambassadoring for Butter, which is a Black skincare line. He what is this? Oh, he has his cruise coming up like in like 2 weeks. Happy for him, but I don't think he's making money off that. He just want to go have some fun. And now today, even today, he came on today, and now he's talking about doing bar rescues because he came on today, which is Saturday. He asked everybody, he was feeling good. He asked everybody who in Atlanta want to go meet him at Pretty Place at that's his girls restaurant. He was like, meet me at 3 o'clock. He gonna pay for your first drink and your shot, and you're young. And I like that for him. Like that's what he is. That's what he likes. So the question is, do he still have a relationship with the boyfriend? So somebody just responded to me, he might be in an open relationship. And I'm like, well, let's just think of this, besties. Who will want to be Quentin Latham's boyfriend? Like he's so full of, there's so many layers to him. Do we know the real him? There has to be a different side to him that he shows in an intimate way, right? But would you want this to be your man on TV? Like, did y'all see the Raw Ali video of interview? There's two parts. The last one just came out. It came out on Thursday. I watched it this morning. He was real, he was acting real trickish, real sugar daddy on this interview. And it's just like, it's not giving open relationship because even in an open relationship, you have to have some kind of decorum. You have to have some kind of boundary, and that don't mean you could act single. Maybe, but hey, maybe that is. I don't know. It just seems like if we're attached in any way, you need to respect that. And the way he was been acting, and you. Oh, and guess what? Ra Ali even said the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. That's an old term we have heard. That tells you they broke up. Ain't no open relationship. They broke up. That is why he has been depressed. That is why he is flashing on them content creators. He is trying to work through this breakup. It makes sense to me. I could be wrong, but Quentin is a liar. He lied about that house. He told us he bought that house. So he is marked as a liar. He can lie, like talking to that. Is that you? Okay. Uh-huh. We ain't seen no little, you know how when they first got together, they went on a trip and he kind of, I think he went with, anyway, no matter where they went. And he had his, a foot in the picture. You don't see none of those pictures no more. Can we get a hand, a finger, a leg? You know what I'm saying? Like you would still tease us with that. I'm gonna guess that they broken up. I'm serious. That would explain his depression. Um, and even if they go on this cruise, excuse me, y'all, even if they go on this cruise and that man comes and you guys see him with them, that means he came because it's already been paid for. We already know Q is a big old trick. He came to save face. There's benefits in it because, like he said, anybody can be bought. Because he sure was trying to holler at the camera. Whoever that was that worked on the set with Ra Ali, he hollering at him, talking about, can I take you to Gucci? Yeah, he was going to go spend $750 on him. It made him come from behind the camera, and they hugged and kissed, and it was what it was, honey. So yeah, he ain't ready for TV because you gotta have some kind of decorum, and he ain't gonna have it. He is not gonna have it. So watching Raw Ali, I was like, a lot of people think, well, they were talking about working together. She's in Miami, and Q is talking about moving back to Miami. And I think he should because he can easily catch a flight to Atlanta, do what he got to do. I mean, you got a heck of friends, rent a room from them and go back to Miami. Go to where you're happy. If you move to Atlanta, you and that man didn't make it because what kind of person could keep Q together? He seems like a lot of work. He seems controversial. I wouldn't want to be bothered with all that. It just seemed like it would be a lot it just would be a lot. And I could see somebody that has something to lose and got it going on not want to be bothered, because Q has been single for what he said 15 years, because he just talked about that. He has dated what, two older men, and he had no business dating them, and it had took him 15 years until he met this boyfriend now, and it's like, you're out of touch. You always said you don't mind if your dude cheated, or he could cheat long as he taking care of you and you're making a lot of money where you could be the trick now. And you think you so old now. And child, what I don't like about the interview, they do uh I don't think they have a great chemistry. She's not a great interviewer in my opinion. She talks over him. She talks more about herself than him. She's still trying to explain what happened about that shoe store back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1. What happened back on Love? They still talking about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, or was it New York? It's like, are you interviewing him or is he interviewing you? It's confusing. Her voice is very soft, which at first I didn't like it. The first part of the interview, I was like, her voice is so, and yeah, and my rent is due on the 1st. And when is your rent due, Q? Oh, it is? Yours is due on the 3rd? Okay. Well, you have, yeah, right. But the second time, this part 2, her voice wasn't as annoying. But you know what was annoying in that interview? All those beeps. Drink your water, besties. If you cannot curse on your platform, can you try not to curse? Because she got to going, and girl, them beeps be loud. And you know that beep, beep, and cute, you can't be beep, 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 beep. That was irritating. So Q has big Leo energy, honey, and he showed her his big old, his private part, the pole, his dick. Um, she was like, "Wow," he said it's big. He say it's big, and then he got the nerves to call his dick a her. That was weird. Even for somebody gay, how is you calling your dick a her? He is a trick. Oh, and the way he just got at that guy and was talking about how, pretty much it's easier to buy sex. Oh, it's easier to buy it than to go through all the stuff to get it. It's just sometimes you just want to buy it. Okay, he says easy and it helps with the your ego and blah blah whatever. Okay, so personally, I didn't like everything he said. I didn't like what he did, but go off cue. It's human nature. We all don't like everything, and it's okay not to like everything about somebody. It's just a give and take. It's human nature. Q, we can undoubtedly, he's smart. He is smart. He's funny. It's funny when he go off or when he get mad and get to cussing people out, and he makes hot topics interesting. I gathered, I was, because even like what just happened on Monday, I was like, do I need to stop unfollowing him again? And I had to tell myself, self, get it together. You don't know him in real life. What is your main focus? My focus is hot topics. I don't care about nothing else. He's smart. I like to hear his perspective. And I don't agree with everything he says, but he is funny and he makes things interesting. And that's why I'm here. So I don't have to get emotional about when he have his crash outs. I don't have to unfollow him again and follow him again. Just if you don't like it, back up. Don't, woo woo woo. Okay. So, you know, just like he called Blue Ivy ugly. He got really cute for that. Then he did the Chloe Bailey is ugly. Quentin, and then he'll go in on his funky bunch. Quentin, sir, hello, funky Dineva, you ain't cute at all. So you need to be quiet. Every time you talk about somebody's looks, it makes me laugh because how do you even have the audacity? It's the audacity for me, and I'm having audacity by telling him he ain't cute. And I got plenty of audacity, okay? His beard is nice. The salt and pepper is nice. His lips are cool, nice and juicy. Nose is cool. The eyes are okay. I think he could use some more eyelashes, not lashes like the girls. I'm just saying most men have, he just needs some more natural eyelashes. And I think he don't have no eyebrows. Doesn't look like he have eyebrows most of the time. And honey, we ain't gonna talk about that hairline. We are not gonna talk about. He remind me of the Count on Sesame Street. That widow's peak. Oh my goodness! If he get anything, did he get that other foot fixed? Because remember, he got them big old bunions. He had gotten one foot done, but he didn't go get. I don't think he got the other foot done yet. He went from one foot to his teeth. Now, if he could take a trip to Turkey, I think you go to Turkey to get your hairline done. They do teeth over there too, but he needs to work on that hairline, and then make. But it don't matter. Your hat is your wig. So let's talk about the things he say that we don't like. And I am running. I didn't believe I was gonna be on here this long. The cubicle, the cubicle, the cube. Why I can't talk? The cubicle girls. Because my mouth is dry and I don't have enough water. The cubicle girls. The cubicle. I can say it, y'all. Cubicle. He said he's not really talking to his fan base. He's talking to the old him when he was an accountant and he hated working in corporate. He's talking to himself. And that's what I believe. Like when he talks, he says fish. When he calls us fish. That's what when they was all arguing with T.S. Madison about that made me so upset. And that's what I stopped following him. And then I went back because I guess I missed him and I forgave him. Michelle Brown, you should take notes. Learn to forgive and move on, girl. Just move on silently. You don't have to keep talking about him every day. I don't know how her fan base could listen to that every day. I liked her, but I couldn't do with that. I liked her and Josh and how she used to drive past Kenya's beauty salon to see if it was open and it wasn't. I mean, like she's in the know in ATL. So it was like, but I can't keep listening to you call funky junkie. Like, come on now. So the word fish, I can't stand that. Like, because you're pretty much telling me my private part stinks. You know what I'm saying? But baby, you came out of this, okay? Have some respect. But I had to learn he ain't talking to us. He's talking to his mom and his grandmother. He is. He's talking to the women that have, gave him these issues he has. He ain't talking to us. But we all know Funky can dish out mess, but baby, he cannot take it. Baby, when he be talking his talk and he'll read that chat, his eyes go to, I guess, to his right, our left. And you can tell he reading the comments. And he just be blowing up, just going off, going off, going off. Just like the day he had the crash out about Michelle. The beginning of the show, he's sitting here giving all the sorority girls the blues. He calling the deltas gay, lesbians. They go to the barbershop to get a haircut. They more masculine than him, blah, 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 blah. Then when probably one of the deltas spoke up and said, well, all the alphas are gay, talking about him, he gonna call her homophobic. Child, really? Now she homophobic. Really? He can dish it, but he can't take it. Now, Carlos catches a lot of heat too. Funky Dineva is starting to catch a lot of heat. Birds of a feather flock together. They're known to both hate black women. Mostly for Carlos, he does not protect his black women, which is the same, right? He kind of he wasn't there for Melody. He wasn't there for Akeisha, So Gucci says she felt unprotected. And the list goes on and on and on. We can even talk Kiki. We can put Kiki in there. She lost. She's not with us anymore behind this mess. Why are the gays? This feels like they are exploiting heterosexuals. How come they don't have any gay family shows where they're exploiting them? Why is it just straight people? Why did Carlos defend Martel and he loved Marceau? And oh, he just defended Martel to the down to the ground. Get mute when it come to Melody. Got mute when it came to Melody. Even Winter said he ain't no good. Winter from DC, Love and Marriage DC. She don't have it for him. And he paid what? She said he only paying $2,500 an episode. And Ra Ali said she got the same pay on Love and Hip Hop, and Mona don't pay you till after that episode airs. She had no idea. hmm Funky has been called a bully, hater. He don't, Carlos don't protect women. Funky Dineva has been referred to as the male Tamar Braxton. They say all hurt people. And basically, Funky needs therapy. But the younger generation of his fan base, they go up for him and he loves that. Got a big old ego. And you just can't take him serious. But Funky needs to take himself serious. He needs to take his mental health serious, okay? Um, because he's going out bad, as he says. He going out bad. He going out slowly but surely. He going out real bad. And I'm thinking if Tasha K and Funky was to fight, my money is on Tasha. They say a man is stronger, but he ain't. Even though he is a man, he don't work out no more. He's skinny, and all he do is sleep and drink and eat edibles and talk crap. He ain't strong physically. She would win. My money on her. Yep. So what else do I have? So they talk about Michelle going in bad. Oliver had to get on his platform because he was so disappointed that Funky threw him under the bus. But Oliver Twist used to be Funky's assistant. He uses his platform. He said on Facebook, he don't be over here on YouTube with the blacks. He do the white things. He don't do the black things because he avoids drama. He actually repented to God on his platform. He apologized to Michelle 1,100,000,000 times. I hope she hears him. He does not want to seem like a bully. That is not him. No, 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 no. But I'm like, Oliver, you need to be careful with Funky because he threw you under the bus. And you was like, I'm disappointed, but we close like family. Oh, really? Girl, you need to watch out for Funky, okay? You need to watch out. You need to watch out. So, because he can ruin you. It seemed like you called him to tell him about an opportunity that you may get. Now, remember, if you're in the know, Oliver was down to where he was at Nene's. Nene has a talk show. Her YouTube show, and Michelle was on there. I have yet to watch. Michelle was on there as a guest. Oliver was there assisting because I guess he was there. I don't know. He trying to get on with Nene's platform, right? He trying to work for Nene or whatever. And things were looking good, but Nene and Michelle are friends. And so the things that they say about Michelle. So let me address what he said. Because, Funky said that Oliver told him that Michelle smells. She stinks, she smells. Oliver said, no, that's not what I said. She smelled like perfume. But he says, now this is where he could have just cut it and let that go, but he had to keep going. He says, no, her flesh seemed like it stunk, like it smelled, like skin was being shedded. I'm like, no, not like what? He said it smelled like a condition, like a medical condition, like maybe it was that time of the month. Then he said like she smelled like an old lady, like you hug an old lady and you a little kid, and so your head go into her stomach or her bosom, and it was just like Oliver, like Are you sorry or are you not sorry? You might as well keep going and talk about how they call her Gary Coleman and this and that and that. And so, it's just a fine line. Atlanta's like Hollywood. Like Michelle is friends with Nene. Q is friends with Quad. Do Nene and Quad not get along? Like, I don't know what the issue is, but Child Funky was on there talking about Michelle is still fat. I don't know how you still fat when you taking Ozempic and Moderno and you still fat and you still ain't got no husband. You wanted a husband and you wanted kids and you don't even have no kids. Oh, but he said she got money though. She into real estate. She got money. She ain't never been broke. But this, that, and that, and that. Oh, he was, can I say the T word? He was rigored. He was rigored very much so. What happened on his live? Did I go over this? They were talking about, Quad in the car, and then someone said that Michelle reported it, that it was stolen. And honey, that drove Q into he crashed out right in front of us, because him and Michelle were friends. And if they can't fix this, then they both need to let it go and move on, because they're all in the same industry and they're all doing good. Like a content creator said, she said, you need to learn how to close the door quietly. And I love that, you know? And it's just like Tasha went low and he went lower, so he does have plenty of issues. Michelle has issues. Tasha K has issues, because how can you be so messy? How can you be so messy? How can you be so messy? How could you let a rapper tell you to stop talking about her like intimate personal life and you chose not to? What made you keep on, girl? You could have just deleted it, but you had to be sued for $1 million. They all have issues, all unresolved issues. It's, they're working from their issues, and that's why they are all clashing. They are working from their issues. Now, as I wrap this up, I just wanted to put their numbers out there. Funky has 447,000 followers. Michelle has 118,000 followers. Funky, you are tripling her. Like, for real, for real, for real. Let's not bring her up ever again, okay? You are human. You are human. But let's not bring her up again. Seek a therapist. You got to figure out how you're going to be on your platform and read comments about her or Tasha or da and not crash out. You may need to seek help. Michelle, you need to seek help, because how you been in this industry for 18 years and you got and you only have 118,000 followers. You need to focus. It sounds like maybe your numbers are declining. You've been in the game 18 years and you only have 118,000 followers. Yeah, that's a problem. Tasha K, she has over 1 million followers. She's doing good. She ain't worried about it. You touch her, there might be some paperwork coming for you, Funky. I'm still trying to figure out how your video is still up, but it might be some paperwork coming for you, honey. Oliver has 55,000. So cool. Carlos, he just started his platform, 307,000. Everybody is doing better than you, Michelle. I mean, Oliver's not, but he's on his way. And Nene, she has 219,000. And she just started. She only has probably only 2 episodes on her channel. So she'll do great too. And besties, that is that on that. Put down in the comments what you thought about this mess. Did you have anything to think about? Do you care about what's going on? Is this okay? How can a man be sitting on his platform talking about hurting some other women? Like, we got to do better. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, besties. Don't forget to like my video. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure your notification bell is on so that you know each and every time I post my content. And I'll be back later on today with my recap for Love After Lockup. Bye, besties.